What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Dissect That Film, where we dissect your favorite films, film franchises, and TV. Today, on a new episode of Fresh Cuts, we are sitting down to talk about the final film in the Jurassic saga, Jurassic World Dominion. I am your host, Brett Parker. Joining me, as always, is the wonderful Dan and Angela of DNA Gaming.
Hello.
Hello! I'm so fucking excited to talk about this movie. Not in a good way. Listen, you don't like people being very energetic when they talk about a movie that maybe they didn't like, then don't listen to this, because I have a lot of energy and I have a lot of things to say about it. And listen, I'm not going to be the only one who's going to say negative things, and there are going to be some positive things stated in this movie.
Yes, there will be positive things. Well, I'm going to say positive.
Yeah, listen, it's not an abomination, all right? It's a movie, as Angela would say.
It's a movie.
Quote, it's a movie. But this is our fresh cut episode where we are just going to talk about our thoughts on the movie. We're going to do some spoiler stuff, but it's not going to be our normal plot breakdown as we do in our normal podcast. But we will do a normal podcast episode on this movie once it comes out digitally or on Blu-ray and all that stuff, because my son's like, oh, I want to watch this again. So, of course, I'm probably going to have to buy this movie on Blu-ray.
Got to buy the whole set on 4K, dude.
Yes! $125. Just throw it out the window, baby. Give them all to me. So yeah, that's the plan. So we're going to do our non-spoilers in the beginning, as we always do, and then we're going to hop right into spoilers. So if you haven't seen this movie, make sure when we get to that spoiler part, we're going to warn you, when we get to the spoiler part, please leave if you don't want to be spoiled. Okay? All right. Let's do it. Let's talk about our thoughts, non-spoilers, of Jurassic World Dominion, starting with Dan.
Okay, yes. Oh, baby. All right.
I went last. I went first last, so.
You did. That's technically true. Okay. Jurassic World Dominion.
Pause.
This is...
No long pauses.
This is the most interesting way I've ever seen a second go to a third film and completely change the significance of the movie between the two films. We'll get to that when we do the spoiler section. There was a lot of story choices I didn't agree with in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a spoiler because they're in the fucking trailer, but I like the old actors. That was a high point for me. The old actors were Jeff Goldblum doing his Goldblum thing. Reminded me a lot of Ian from the second movie, so I was excited about that. I was mostly indifferent to Claire and Owen, and they were fine. I didn't hate them, but they were fine.
I could look at Bryce Dallas Howard all day. She's gorgeous.
Yeah, I just meant their characters. I meant their characters.
No, I get what you're saying.
She's a very tall lady too. She's a very tall fucking lady.
She's awesome. I really like her.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I like the new dinosaurs. We have two moments in the film I was very personally proud of, and we have one stellar ass MVP that I was very excited for in this movie. And most of the things I didn't like about this movie, I can't talk about until we get to the spoiler section. But there was a lot of good dino action. The old actors were cool. The story was meh. It was okay. It was an okay movie. Like, okay.
Listen, I have a line I'm going to say, but I'm going to wait till the spoilers because it's kind of a spoiler for this movie. But Angela, take it away.
I liked it a lot. I love Jeff Goldblum's jokes. I loved the dino action. I wanted more dinosaurs, though. I felt like there should have been more dinosaurs in it. The final fight could have been a lot different. I was kind of disappointed.
Sorry, I don't want to groan and stuff every time you say something, but I have to. It just
it's my
natural reaction every time because you're saying things that are right, and I agree. But it's one of those oh, I know. I'm sorry. Keep going.
But we agreed on some things, like the main plot point that kind of weaved its way in was unnecessary. but for the most part, I really enjoyed it. I'd watch it again. The kids seemed to really enjoy it too. We all went.
Yeah, my son said he really liked it, but he was like, I really want to watch it again. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I
I
feel
guess I
like I
gotta
need to
watch it
watch
again.
it. I feel like I need to watch it again from home to really grasp.
Yeah.
Because we were in a sold out movie theater and there was a lot of distractions.
Very
he,
sold out.
He had to get
talk-
up. He had to go to the bathroom. He missed a little bit, and I was like,
I
I get it.
There was a lot of people getting up and going to the bathroom, so like it was a lot of distractions. So
yeah.
I always just wear Depends, so I don't have to get up.
Well, you weren't on
That's
the
a wise
end with all
choice
the
when you go to the
people.
theater. As long as you
There
just
was
have to
somebody's-
pee.
Yeah, somebody's cell phone kept going off.
Yeah.
And, like, just mute it.
Yeah.
You know,
I
you're
can't
supposed to
stand that, man.
silence
They
it.
literally tell you on the big screen before
Yeah.
you start. Silence your
I
goddamn
know.
phone, stupid
I
ass.
know. Or the people that had to leave with their kid that was crying. It's like, I don't think you should be in there with the 2-year-old, but
we sat
that
next to
was
an entire
definitely-
family, and there was kids probably younger than your daughter, and they were getting up, and they would go up to like their deck. So they had like half of their family on one side of me and my son, and I literally was like, do you want to switch seats so you guys can sit all together? They're like, that's fine. And yet you got the like little kids walking in front of you, and the little girl's talking to her dad, and not quietly because they're little and they don't know what quiet voices are. And
yes.
I mean, it didn't really affect me. Like having 3 kids myself and trying to watch things even at home with kids is kind of a nightmare. But I was like, do these kids really want to be here? Are they having a good time?
Yeah. Well, like there was this kid that was sitting. I was on the very end, and they were across the aisle, and I'm pretty sure he had a mental disability of some sort. But he kept growling. He kept making dinosaur
He
noises.
wanted to be a
and I was
dinosaur.
It's like, dang it, stop it. Because I think it's cute. And I'm like, you're distracting. Or the kid
Because
that kept
I'm more
running
interested
back and
in
forth.
you than this movie.
Yes. No, or the kid that kept going to the bathroom like 6 times and he would run up and down the aisle.
This is literally just our experience at the movies. We're not talking about Jurassic World anymore. Listen, I can't say much though. The first movie I ever brought my son to that was not a animated movie was the first Jurassic World, and he was 4, or not even 4. I think he was like 3.5. So, like, I know that feeling. He was so entranced. I remember going and seeing that movie, and he was so entranced with the entire thing. And the thing is like taking if I were to take, like, if my son was that age now to see this movie, I don't think he'd be as entranced because it just didn't do the same thing that the first Jurassic World did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Keep going.
Oh, no, you're fine. Like we brought headphones for Sarah's because we knew there would be some loud, scary parts. So she wore her headphones so she could.
Not using a device, so everybody knows. Just headphones.
No,
so
yeah,
she
just
could
headphones.
the
Like ones you wear at like a race, like a racetrack or.
Well,
sporting
But they were
events,
just
something like
regular
that.
headphones, but it just she
okay.
could put them on and then push, and it gave her some cushioning, and it could cut the audio out.
There you go.
So
Like-
since it's mainly a sound thing.
Yeah, it was pretty loud too. So
Yeah.
But
I've been there. The first Jurassic World scared the piss out of me when I was in theaters. So yeah, I understand.
She ended up getting in both of our laps because there was parts that were pretty scary. I mean, I can understand from her point of view being that small. There's some scary. I can't say without spoiling, so we'll get to that. But I'm done. I liked it.
I was confused. Like I
No
walked
long
into
pauses.
Listen, I run this fucking show.
Go
I'm the only one who's allowed to long pause. I just, when the movie was over, I was just like, it was one of those things like that's it. That's it. Okay. And then I had the feeling of, well, I'm actually glad it's over. I'm glad this trilogy is over. I'm excited because I know they're going to make more Jurassic films. But the thing is, I'm happy they're going to hopefully go away from this storyline, get away from these characters, create something new, something more interesting. And I'm going to compare the Jurassic World trilogy to the sequel trilogy of Star Wars. Jurassic World is The Force Awakens. It's a great start off point. It was a high octane, so many things are going on, and I really like Jurassic World. I think it's a really entertaining movie. Is it good? Not really, but it's very entertaining, and it keeps you interested the entire time, and that's what Force Awakens did for me. When I saw Fallen Kingdom, it reminded me of Last Jedi because I didn't like Last Jedi the first time I saw it. And to be honest, I hated Fallen Kingdom the first time I saw it. When I saw it in theaters, I literally in my head was like, that movie sucked. That was awful. But rewatching Fallen Kingdom again, especially when we did the review on it, I appreciated it a little bit more. Still not a good movie. Still but that's what Last Jedi was. Like, I've seen Last Jedi multiple times and I don't hate it. I don't think it's good, but it's a very divisive film, and that's what Fallen Kingdom is. You have your people who are like, Fallen Kingdom's awesome. And you have people that literally like Fallen Kingdom is one of the worst movies ever. And then you have Dominion, which is the Rise of Skywalker, where they throw way too much shit and then other shit that makes no sense. We'll get to it when we get to spoilers, but it's just so many stupid decisions made. And it was and the funny thing is that in the sequel trilogy of Star Wars, you had the same director for the first and third film. And for the Jurassic World films, it was the same thing. Colin Trevorrow was the director of the first one and the third one. And then you had somebody else doing their own thing for the second one. And they seem so similar. Because when I watched Rise of Skywalker, I walked out of the theater the same way I walked out of Dominion, where I was like, that's it. That's it, guys. I don't know. I don't know how to feel. So many things I really just want to be like angry about, and I will when we get to the spoilers. I'll voice those grievances. There are good things for this movie. Bringing back the legacy characters. Just the fact that, like, even if their storyline in this movie wasn't great, just the fact that I get to see Alan Grant, Ellie Sadler, and fucking Ian Malcolm back on the screen being those characters again is awesome. Yep. Did I give a shit that you don't see the two squads link up until pretty late into the film? Not really a spoiler. No. I don't care. I just was like, hell yeah. But there is one fucking character in this movie that was awful. He was fucking awful. And we'll get to that when we get to spoilers.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
And the direction that they went in, literally the end of Fallen Kingdom is the dinosaurs escape and dinosaurs now live amongst humans. So what should Dominion do? Focus on that shit. But we don't. And that's all I have to say, non-spoilers. Do we have anything else we want to talk about non-spoilers before we jump into the spoilers?
I do. I have one more thing to say.
Okay.
This is not just for my wife. It's okay if you like this movie, guys.
Yes, really 100%. 100%.
This is somebody's first Jurassic Park, and they're gonna love this movie to the day they fucking die. Yep. Or there's gonna be people out there like, I love the new trilogy better than the old ones. That's totally fine, dude. That's totally cool. If
you're wrong, respect that. But it's okay.
Yes. But we respect it, and it's fucking fine as hell. And I'll have a closing statement for all this shit, but it's okay. Totally okay. But you should still see it. I recommend you do see it at some point. If I would not say beat down the doors to go see it at the theater. It's me being a big theater guy. I think almost every movie you should watch at the theater. This one, I don't think you need to rush out and do that. But I think you should see it.
It'll be out there for a little while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a Jurassic film, and it's making a lot of money. Before we jump into spoilers, so I do want to break down some of like the people that were involved in this movie. So this was released in Mexico City, I guess, in May 23rd, 2022. And then it was just released in the United States June 10th. It ran at 2 hours and 26 minutes, the longest Jurassic film ever made.
Shows.
Budget, $185 million. And so far, as of right now, it has grossed $389.1 million and is going to make a lot more money. It's going to make a lot of money. And we're going to get more Jurassic films.
It's going to hit that bill. It's going to hit that bill.
Hold on. Oh, I mean, the other two did, so I wouldn't be surprised. It was directed by Colin Trevorrow. As we stated, he was the director for the first Jurassic World, and he was an executive producer for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. He also wrote the screenplay for this movie, but it was also penned by Emily Carmichael. I don't really know
The only
much
thing she
about
did
her.
was the only big thing she did was Pacific Rim Uprising, which was a fucking letdown.
Which
I like
was
that one
not a
too.
good movie.
Compared to the original, it's shit. Sorry. It's okay if you like that movie, guys, but
No, you're good. Is that the
Okay,
okay, you are
right.
right. Okay, so I was just making sure she was the one. It stars Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard coming back. You know, they're the Jurassic World main characters. We got our legacy characters back with Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, and Sam Neill. We have newcomers, DeWanda Wise, who was one of my favorite characters in this movie as
fine,
like
yeah.
a good side character. I like the dynamic that she has with everybody. BD Wong's back. Omar Sy, who played Owen's like helper in the first movie, he comes back in this one. He was like one of the Raptor, and then Campbell Scott, who plays a character who I fucking hated. But we'll talk more about him when we get to spoilers. The music was done by Michael Giacchino, who also did the music for a movie we just did, The Batman. I mean, his music's awesome. This was also produced by Frank Marshall, who has literally been a producer since Jurassic Park back in 1993. He's a big wig, you know, with a good friend of Steven Spielberg, so they're always doing stuff together. And of course, Steven Spielberg was an executive producer on this movie because he's got to have his name attached in some way to this franchise. Other than that, we good on non-spoilers? We ready to move on to the spoiler part?
I think so.
All right. So if you haven't seen Jurassic World Dominion, please go see the movie. If you don't want to be spoiled, go see it. Come back, listen to our review, even if it's 6 months from now. Just don't yell at us for spoiling it when we're warning you. Spoilers. 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 All right. You ready? Get it off. I don't care who does it. Go.
You want to like start nice?
Yeah, let's start off on a positive note.
So I love the not necessarily new introduction, but the different dinosaurs that were in it.
There's new dinosaurs, lots of them.
Well, I mean, I don't know. The Dimetrodons have they been in before?
No, this is the first time Dimetrodons, and they're not dinosaurs, everybody. They're mammals.
But
so chill the fuck out.
I love the Quetzalcoatlus. Because that's one of my favorite, I guess.
Pterosaurs?
Is that the one that attacks the plane?
Yeah. I
really
love
cool. I like
how
that.
massive they are, and people don't realize how massive they actually are. We went to the Field Museum in Chicago, and they have a mock-up of one of what they would actually, how tall they would actually be, and you stand under it, and you're like, this thing was massive.
They're the size when they're standing on the ground, neck up. They're the size of a giraffe, and they fly. So just for a size comparison,
terrifying.
So, I mean, you have something that you see this wingspan of a plane on a bird.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
I enjoyed some of the comedy between the dinosaurs. It wasn't necessarily supposed to be there, like when they are in the underground section trying to find
the dinosaur smuggling thing in Italy.
The guy that gets lit on fire and the Carnotaur just kind of holds him in his mouth, and you see him dangling in the background. Like I love the little things like that. I guess I don't focus on the bad.
No, that's fine. You can still
I hated the locusts. I hated
what
the whole thing with the locusts. I'm like, what's the point?
This is a movie about fucking dinosaurs. This is called Jurassic World Dominion, meaning dinosaurs. What the fuck are we going to do about these dinosaurs that are everywhere? And we're focusing on fucking locusts?
And I hate locusts to begin with because they're so gross looking. And they made them gigantic.
Here's the funniest thing I saw on Twitter. This fucking slayed me, but I shared this opinion. It was, hey guys, look at the end of Jurassic World Dominion. They let dinosaurs out in the world. What's gonna fucking happen? Next movie, like, nah, dude, we're good. Dinosaurs are like cows now, but look out, fucking locusts. Like, Seriously, like who wrote this shit? I seriously thought I was being fucking like the wool was being pulled over my eyes. So I saw the scene. I was like, that's a big ass grasshopper. And I was like, no.
Oh my god.
They're not like incorporating this shit. I was like, this has to be like a gag, a pull, like an in-universe movie or some shit we're watching here. No. Fucking locusts that are they're destroying all of our corn in Nebraska. First off, I'm pissed about that. They'd single us out, destroying all the food. It's fucking locusts, not the dinosaurs that are destroying the environment. That
It's
fucking
locusts.
would if left unchecked.
And this is what brings the legacy characters back? The locusts?
This is our what do they call those? MacGuffin. This is our thing. This is our thing that's gonna wipe humanity out. Fucking locusts.
Oh my lord.
Not dinosaurs. Locusts.
I was so mad when I saw that first locust, and then like, I mean, listen, that scene is pretty terrifying though, of the kids running from the big the swarm of them. But other than that, you're like, okay, this is fucking dumb. Please don't go any farther. But they did. They just kept going.
I legitimately was dumbfounded in the theater. I was like, what the fuck is why is this happening? Like, I had no idea why this was going on in this movie. Dude, believe me, I went into this movie with low expectations because
I know.
They're fine movies to watch. They're fine movies to watch. But I knew this was just going to devolve into an action movie like the rest of his films, and it does. But the locust thing just makes no fucking sense. But I'm sorry, I took over your thing. Sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry.
She said locust, and my
mine there, and it just went everywhere.
My head explode.
Yeah. I hated bad guy.
Steve Jobs.
Dotson. Yeah. We got Dotson here. See, no one cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Like a freaking toddler.
Seriously,
I said,
no
what
one
are you
fucking
two?
cares. This is the same guy that meets up with Nedry in the first movie that you see for 3 seconds, and now he's this fucking bigwig at another company, and he's a fucking weirdo.
He like jumps up and down and like starts punching the chair.
I did not like the way he acted. He reminded. Did you guys see Ready Player One?
Yes.
He reminded me of the guy who created the game.
Yeah. He's
the same character.
Guy. He basically
this one sucked more.
He was a bad guy, but he never did anything bad.
Directly.
Well,
kind of.
He hired other people to do his bad stuff for him.
Let me hire generic bad guys to do bad guy stuff.
I was like, what did he actually do other than make phone calls the entire time? I like that that Alan and Ellie finally
kissed. They got a smooch on
I could have cared less if that happened because we
it
never saw it in the original.
But it was
Victor got some hooting going in the theater for it. That happened. He's like, woo, and then other people were like, woo in the theater. I was like, yeah. That was hilarious.
What was it that everybody's like, oh my god? There was like, it was everybody's like, oh my god.
I don't remember.
Because I heard him say it, and then there was like other people around us. I don't remember what it was, but I got sad because I thought they killed Rexy in the end.
Oh, I was so sad.
I'll talk about that in my part.
I was like, no. I was like, you can't kill her. Stop it. You can't kill her.
I'm not talking about that. I have things I'm going to say. You finish.
I know what you're going to say because
he's got everything
already
predetermined in his head right now. He's just loading up.
Right now, I can't think of anything else. I did like the DeWanda Wise. I loved her whole.
Yeah, I thought she was an interesting new character.
Thing.
Yep. I agree.
She's a badass with a heart of gold. She's like, I can't leave this. I got to help out.
Yeah.
You'll think of more as we start talking.
I know, yeah.
We'll say something, you guys just jump in. We're just going to interrupt each other the whole time. That's fine.
Absolutely.
I just don't step on a landmine like I did. Everybody.
Locust.
Locust. That was the biggest. That was one of my biggest problems with this fucking movie.
Because I was like, what is the point?
It's supposed to be because it's like, de-extinction.
Like, Wu's redemption.
Yeah.
Like he's, he wants to right his wrong. He knows he did wrong.
Yep.
But I think that's about.
You good?
I think so.
Okay, here we go.
Strap in, everybody.
This is my okay. So
We'll be here for a while.
you will. So I'm gonna do the good stuff first. Do the good stuff first. I like the Giganotosaurus in the movie. I thought it looked cool, like aesthetically. It's not how they would really look with crocodilian scales, but aesthetically, I thought it looked cool. It's in the movie like 3 times.
Pterosaur. With the claws.
Oh no, that's not a pterosaur. I was talking about. I'm gonna come to it's the Therizinosaurus. So anyway, that the Giganotosaurus is neat, but he's literally like a more poorly utilized Spinosaurus.
Spinosaurus is way better than this one.
Yeah, and he doesn't even ring like a phone. And they should have named it Laura. If anybody gets that, Dinosaur Train.
So
yeah, watch Dinosaur Train. It's a better fucking show than this movie. Anyway, dude, it's got the conductor.
I know.
Gotta look for the eye shine. Anyway, Victor used to love watching Dinosaur Train.
Oh, my kids loved it too.
Such good.
Every dinosaur poops.
Yes.
That's a quality episode. Anyway, I'm gonna work to my favorite dinosaur moments. Stellar MVP was Therizinosaurus. Nobody's gonna know what this is unless you're dinosaurs. It's the bipedal dinosaur with the large claws.
The one that like stalks Claire.
Yeah, fucking awesome scene.
Is it blind?
Dude, I thought that because I was like, its eyes, but it's very acute to like movement, it seems. But it had that really milky looking eyes.
Yeah,
so
I thought it was blind because it like doesn't see her hanging from the tree. Like,
yeah.
It walks right by her hanging from the tree, but like doesn't react until she makes a noise on the ground.
They may be more sensitive to noise or movement. Maybe that's kind of their thing. But like I like that they actually brought it in. It looked great in the movie. The eyes, I really noticed that. Like the first time I seen it, the eyes were very milky and kind of like interesting looking. But very cool dinosaur. It shows up twice, but it's a really cool like it's got a cool moment at the end of the movie. But I'll bitch about that later.
Is it though? Is it though?
It's cool that it's there. That's why it's cool, because it's a dinosaur that most people don't know anything about.
We literally had dinosaurs high-five each other at the end of the fucking movie. Literally.
We did.
I was like,
we literally
good job. All right.
Yeah.
Or when it bitch slapped the deer.
Oh, bitch slapped that fucking... It was like, damn. I was like, this is a territorial ass motherfucker, isn't it?
He's like, I'm not going to eat you. I'm just going to fucking swipe your ass. I'm going to eat some leaves.
Yeah, but they are. They're herbivorous. Like, it's just this... they must just be... I'm assuming they built them like hippopotamus.
Yeah.
Like, they'll fuck your shit up, but they ain't gonna eat you.
Yeah.
But anyway, then we got the Quetzalcoatlus was a great scene. I like that. I thought it was cool. It wouldn't have tore that. Its beak would not slice into the plane like that. I just want to point that. But it was still a cool scene.
It was scaled to... That plane was huge.
It was. But it wasn't made of tinfoil. The Atrociraptors were cool. It was a neat callback to the Indominus, or the Indoraptor.
Is that the one with the feathers? No,
this was the ones without the feathers in Italy.
Oh, okay.
The 4 of them, and their color schemes were done like some of the older Velociraptors.
They looked like derpy Velociraptors in this universe. They were very derpy looking.
Yeah, they're more like blunt snouts and kind of
I'm gonna get you.
Exactly. Let's go get him, clubber. Okay. Anyway, but their color scheme was more like the old Raptors from like Jurassic Park 1 and Jurassic Park 3. There were some homages there, and which was a cool touch.
How does Claire outrun one? Can I just ask that right now? How the fuck does she outrun it? She's jumping from roof to roof, and she's outrunning this thing. Okay.
Exactly.
What was the one little like baby looking dinosaur in Italy that was in like the little fighting pit?
There's like a baby Baryonyx in there.
A
baby Carnotaur. And the little
one that had like the smushed face. And it was like flat.
They're related to ceratopsians. Okay. It's not a protoceratops, but they're related to ceratops. Maybe not a.
So I'm like,
they're like little mole ass motherfuckers.
That's what it looks like.
I can't remember what they're called, but yeah. I think they're in the original Jurassic Park novel. I think they are.
It's like, you are ugly.
But sorry, I gotta keep going. I'm gonna rant here forever if I don't. And of course, the highlight for me was Dilophosaurus actually being back in the movie. Its first scene showed up. I was like, sweet, and I was like, it wasn't enough for me. I was like, okay, but it's back. It's cool. We get to see him. Great. But then we got the other scene at the end where they kill evil Steve Jobs.
I
Dawson.
love how he got his.
Yeah,
He
was
literally
cool.
dies the same fucking way Nedry dies.
And he has the can for some dumb fucking reason. But
How?
I'm not going to get into that.
How does he have it?
He wouldn't. He wouldn't have it. Nobody knows where it is.
Stop it.
Does it?
Stop doing that shit just to be like, oh, that's the can. No, we all saw the fucking same movie. The can is gone, man. That's the whole point.
Yeah. And then nothing would be good in it. It even says in the movie that's good for 36 hours. That's it. Like, but anyway, as for the bad stuff, the Pyroraptor was cool aesthetically. The feathered raptor it shows on the lake.
Yeah, that one was really cool. Really cool.
It would not dive in the fucking water like that. Why? It doesn't make any sense.
It was cool. It was really cool to see, but I was like, oh, that's weird.
It would have better chance staying on the water, on the frozen water. Why would it dive in? It doesn't make sense.
I mean,
like dinosaurs act completely out of context.
Well, that's the thing, though. It's like these dinosaurs are spliced with other animals, so maybe that was the reason that it was able to do that because it was spliced with something that could. And I don't know, man. I'm trying to make this make sense, but it's really hard.
And then
because that one you never know. It could have been whatever it's spliced with. That could be how it hunts.
I guess.
I don't know.
Why? And secondly, this was a huge gripe for me. Why does nobody want to kill dinosaurs in these movies? This movie specifically. Nobody wants to kill dinosaurs. Fucking nobody. Dude, this scene pissed me off. Omar. The scene where he's in the fucking boat getting attacked by the raptors, and he knocks over those oxygen tanks and like flips them on or whatever, and the Atrociraptor's trying to get to him. And he's like, oh shit, the window. It's not open. Hold on. Let me get my gun and shoot out. The fucking dinosaur's right there. Just shoot the fucking dinosaur. If you're worried about the gas detonating, the bullet's not going to do it. We proved that. Mythbusters have shot a tank with it just discharges it. They don't fucking blow up. Yeah. And if that was the problem, the detonation of the powder inside the firearm is probably going to detonate any oxygen in the ambient air anyway. So you're fucked either way. Shoot the damn dinosaur. Nobody wants to kill nothing in these movies.
No, because they want to protect them.
Yeah,
so what's the point of this movie? What's the point of it being to conclude this? Dinosaurs are all over the world now. We got to try to figure this shit out. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and then they take the dinosaurs. We have these few scenes at the beginning where there's dinosaurs out in the world, whatever, and nobody wants to kill them. And then somehow all these strings come together and they put them back in the park. The whole point of the movie was dinosaurs are supposed to be everywhere. And there's all these dumbass circumstances to get all these characters in one spot.
No, I believe if you gave Kayla a gun, she would have shot him.
They should have fucking shot him.
She tased the Pyroraptor.
They should, yeah. I don't understand the logic. Oh, and another thing is, this has been going on for Jurassic Park movies for at least since the World films. These dinosaurs, I would like to tell you guys that dinosaurs are not these indestructible monsters that are portrayed on screen, where you could shoot them and it does nothing to them, or they get hit by a fucking car running through Italy and they just walk it off, and that would not totally fucking dislocate their hips or nothing like that.
The raptor is literally like broken leg, just dragging its leg along. No, it fucking gets hit by a car, gets up, and just continues to run.
Yeah,
yeah, and then it's. I'm going to shut up because Parker needs stuff to talk about, but I have so many things that I fucking hate about this movie that don't make sense. But there's also stuff, like I said, that I really like. I like the dinosaur stuff, and I like the old actors coming back and some of the nice little references, and then the locust is the dumbest fucking thing ever. But please talk, Parker, because I could go all day.
Yeah, the locust. I mean, clearly that's one of the dumbest fucking decisions ever. Like, literally, someone sat down and made that suggestion, and Colin Trevorrow went, "Sounds great," and I was like, "What the fuck do you mean it's great?
Is he just checked out?"
I don't know, man. I just feel he's not a good director. I mean, this is my thought. I mean, to be honest, I don't know.
I didn't know who the fuck he was before the first one.
Yeah.
So,
fucking Dotson. One of the worst fucking villains I've ever seen on screen. Like, he's fucking awful, man. Awful. Just terrible.
They should have put the one girl in there.
Jesus.
The mobster lady?
Yeah.
No, she sucked too. She was terrible.
He would have done better than him.
Listen, I am going into Jurassic World or Jurassic anything. expecting fucking dinosaurs, okay? And what do I get? 2 plot lines where one is about rescuing a girl and one is about stopping locusts. Neither of those things are dinosaurs. Dinosaurs just show up.
Yeah, it is. You're right, because Blue's baby gets stolen at the beginning. You see Blue in the beginning, and obviously she's not going to be in the rest of it unless she gets a plane ticket to Italy. But like, you see Blue in the beginning, you see Blue at the end.
The scene where Blue's sitting in a plane on the same plane as Alan, she just turns and goes, Alan.
I was waiting.
I wanted that so bad.
Yes, I was waiting for that. I was like, please do it. And I was like, damn it. I know they're not.
Oh my God. That would have been perfect.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, Blue was absolutely wasted in this movie. And to be honest, I don't care because I've never been a fan of the Raptors in these world films. They look awful. They do. I don't like the way the Raptors look in these movies. They're terrible.
I got it.
When you watch Jurassic Park 1, 2, and 3, the Raptors look fucking cool. Okay? The Raptors in 1 will never be beat. They are the scariest looking fuckers in the film. 2 are very similar to 1, and then 3 are a unique blend. You know, to be honest, Jurassic Park 3, I don't know why I give it so much hate. I would rather watch Jurassic Park 3 over this.
Yes.
Even Fallen Kingdom again. Even though I think I voted Fallen Kingdom over Jurassic Park 3, which was clearly a mistake. I don't care about the plot with the girl. It's stupid. I hated it. I hate the whole thing. You know, even when they're telling you, oh, well, she, you know, you're not just a clone of this girl. You're actually her daughter. But I'm like, I don't fucking care. There's dinosaurs. What are we doing about them? We clearly don't give a fuck. Just let them roam free. It's fine. By the end, that's all they do.
Yeah, they're
who fucking cares? They're fucking
they're
dinosaurs.
like cats and dogs. Like, just pet them.
Do you guys remember when dinosaurs existed? Humans didn't. So in reality, it would just turn back to that again.
Yeah,
dinosaurs would just take over the earth again. Yeah. Giganotosaurus?
Mosasaur would eat everything in the ocean.
If the mosasaur can breed by itself, it would literally destroy our ocean.
Yeah.
Like, if it could reproduce asexually, it would destroy our fucking ocean.
The scene of it swimming next to the whales.
Blue has done it.
Yeah, it was just hanging out. It's like, what's up, whales? Like, why? Why wouldn't it just eat them? It's big. It can nom. And if it wants to eat the smaller shit first,
I do appreciate that scene though, where it attacks the crab fishing boat, because it's actually a boat that's in the show Deadliest Catch.
Yes,
it's actually one of the ships from the show. Yeah, I saw the name. And I was like, I know that ship. Yeah. I watched that show. It's really cool.
I don't remember. Do you remember what boat it is?
It's the Saga.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that was stupid. The Giganotosaurus, fucking. If they had just not put that in the movie, I wouldn't have cared, because they didn't do anything with him.
They did not.
He was wasted.
Rexy was in the same 3 times. You see him bring her to the island.
Why don't they appreciate you, Rexy? Why?
Dude, I feel
I appreciate you, Rexy.
In the first
Fuckers.
in the first movie, she got the most love.
Second,
it was okay, and it's like,
well, second one, she wasn't in the second one.
Jurassic World, she was a little bit.
Oh no! Oh, sorry. Well, I thought you meant Lost World.
Oh, Fallen Kingdom. I'm sorry. I meant the world movies.
Okay.
But it's like you said, it's like, let's make this like spy industrial sabotage movie and just push all the dinosaurs to the background.
The first encounter Giga has with all the people was so fucking lame. The fact that this the largest carnivore ever to walk the earth was the biggest lumbering idiot I've ever seen. Like, the fact that it literally could have wiped out all of these people with ease, and it's like, I'm missing everything. Doesn't kill a single fucking person.
Yeah.
Lame as fuck. The final fight between Rexy, Rexy literally is dead. Rexy's dead. All right. It's literally mouth open, jaws just hanging there, eyes are open, fucking dead eyes, but yet it's like a Transformers. Its eyes fucking glow again. She gets up, she's like, bitch, I ain't dead yet. And then she just drop kicks him into the fucking other dinosaur's claws, and like, I think the other one was like, oh shit.
What happened here? What did I sign up for this? I was just gonna scratch his eyes out.
It was so bad because it lasted 15 seconds.
Yeah, and when Rexy gets knocked over, and whatever she lands on starts bowing, and they're like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't
catch-
think you'd be, yeah,
I'm
you gonna catch her?
I'm gonna catch you.
And
Like, she would have squished you.
during this whole, okay, first off, this is lazy ass writing because this
Oh,
is literally
100%.
the exact same ending to the first one with a different with
100%.
two different dinosaurs in it, and they even said specifically, "We're not the target." Like, I wish they would have made a reference to Jurassic Park 3. I really wish fucking
Why? I mean, I understand it's not great.
Sam Neill was like made a reference to, "Hey, I've
Where's
been in
the
this situation."
Spinosaurus? Okay, the Spinosaurus would have made a better villain. Bring all the original bad dinosaur, like the lead dinosaurs back. You got Rexy versus the Spinosaurus, and then the other dinosaur. I don't know its name. I'm not even going to try. But it's the one with the claws. Is cool.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked the scene that it had with Claire. And I liked the Giganotosaurus was so fucking lame. And it's not its fault because it's a cool looking dinosaur. They just didn't do anything with him.
Like
why didn't they put the prologue? Why didn't they put the prologue in this movie?
Yes.
Because that prologue is really cool.
Yeah,
and the whole scene with Rexy running through the movie, the drive-in, really cool. But yet, it's not in the movie. It's stupid. It's dumb. I really hope they add it to when they bring it out on Blu-ray.
They're like, dude, guys, you know what? You know what I think this movie needs? Less dinosaurs.
Or give me a different cut of this movie. I feel like there has to be some other cut of this where they don't have locusts.
Mr. Trevorrow, this is a movie about dinosaurs. Yeah, but there's just too many dinosaurs.
The
not enough dinosaurs.
What? Like, what are you thinking, man? Like,
oh yeah, dude. They point out Dreadnoughtus. Dreadnoughtus is one of the largest dinosaurs ever to exist. And they're like, is that a Dreadnoughtus? Sweet name drop. This is what that name means, but you already know that. Never shows it again. Well, I think it's
actually show that dinosaur.
Yeah, it was the one when they're coming in on the plane to not be in a park, but they're in a park. And Alan Grant points it out. He's like, "Is that Dreadnoughtus?" Which is cool that they name drop
the big theropod or sauropod. Yeah,
yeah. It was super cool that they brought that up. Like, oh, that's dope. That's the deep cut for dinosaurs because they had some pretty deep cuts in this movie, and I'm just like, that's it. Like, okay, great cameo.
Yeah,
the Dimetrodons though. They're
oh yes, we do need to talk about the Dimetrodons because those have never been in a Jurassic Park movie, and that was a long time coming. The ones in the mine. The mine's in the mine with the fins on their backs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where people got really excited that it was a Spinosaur and then it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, this is going to be two things. This is going to be a baby Spinosaurus or it's going to be a Dimetrodon. I was like, yeah, Dimetrodons. Give some love to ancient reptiles and proto-mammals.
Did this little hiss roar thing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just the dinosaur itself.
The Dilophosaurus being back was great. Love that they had practical for it. For most of it, love hearing the noises again and
the cooing and the hissing.
Now there's more than one. I liked how there was more than one.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's not the accurate size because
nope, it's still the wrong fucking size.
Was a huge fucking dinosaur.
Yeah. Well, what was your excuse now? Well, we didn't want to do it in the first one because we thought the audience might confuse it for the raptors. Well, you got about 4 different kinds of raptors.
I was gonna say, Velociraptor was the size of a fucking turkey.
Yeah, that's what that one was, right? When they're like, "Oh, we have a purebred Velociraptor," and it was a tiny little fuzzy guy running around or whatever that was, and that one kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they came out with the design for the Raptor in the original, they called it the Velociraptor because it was the coolest sounding name.
Yeah, and they based it more on the Deinonychus because they're larger.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. The dinosaurs were very underwhelming for me. There was not one dinosaur. Rexy always gets me excited. I love her so much. And when she walks in front of that circle, that little waterfall, the waterfall is supposed to look like the symbol. Yeah. I was like, this is kind of cheesy, but I'm liking it. I like the whole thing. And, of course, seeing her fight is cool, but like, it was such
the fight was short.
It was so short.
Way too short.
You have a longer movie and it's a shorter fight, and it's literally because you talked about her playing dead. That was the same thing that happened during the Indominus. Yeah. Because she's like Dominus about to kill her, and she just lays down, their eyes wide open, mouth agape. And then Blue jumps on him, they're fighting for and then she gets up. It's literally the same thing.
It was
dead?
It just made me feel like, all right, well, I'm glad that's over.
I think, like we talked about earlier, I think this is a movie you could watch and you could enjoy it. Like, have some popcorn, have some people with you, and just don't think too hard and you can enjoy it. But I just felt the movie was fucking lazy.
Yeah,
it's the same thing I felt about Pacific Rim Uprising. The first one set such a high bar, and then that comes out. And this was not the same situation, but this being the finale, they're bringing the old people back. It just felt fucking lazy. And the movie did not need to be 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm sorry, 2 hours and 20 minutes. Where it could have been just a standard 2 hours and left it alone. Why they rushed everything else in the fucking movie? They're like, yeah, big dinosaur fight. It was like 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Like, it was cool. It was cool to see the Therizinosaurus. I love that.
To the whole thing with Macy and her mom.
I didn't like that. I don't like this character. Like, it's not her
that wasn't
fault.
necessary.
I don't like this character, and I don't like the whole plot line they were going with her. This was a fucking movie about dinosaurs, and we're making it about this girl, and we're making it about locusts. Like,
if they would have cut the locust and her out, they could have extended the dinosaur fight.
And you got this clown of a fucking villain. Dodson, he's just, again, he fucking blows.
I don't even know why they brought him in.
They shoehorned him in because they're like, remember this guy?
Yeah. Well, the fact is
he didn't. I was like, who was that?
Well, I got excited about it. No, actually, I didn't get excited about it. I was fucking disappointed in the theater when she looked at me because I seen the play. It's like Biosyn. I was like, dude, Biosyn has always been the main people. They were the main company they were going against in the first movie. They were the main company in the fucking novel and the second one. They were the big competitor. And it's like they're brought up in the first one. I understand why they kept their involvement short because they have enough in that 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
But they're never mentioned again. That's the company it is. And I was like, what the fuck? Did you finally bring back 5 movies, 6 movies in? I was pissed. Dude, I was like verbally upset. And I was too loud in the fucking movie. I was like, are you serious? I said that loudly in the fucking movie. I was so pissed off, dude. I was like, what?
I wasn't even sitting beside him. I was sitting.
Because the Sarah's was in between us.
So I was like, chill.
Yeah.
But I love it. Okay, let me tell you how I can sum these movies up. Anybody who listens to this who is a Godzilla fan like I am, these movies, the Jurassic World movie, or this movie specifically, is like the early 2000s Godzilla movies, where there's way too much human shit, and they try to overcomplicate the characters and add all the shit in, and they ignore the dinosaurs, which is the fucking reason you're there to see it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. That's what this movie reminds me of. And again, like I said earlier, there's nothing wrong if you like the movie, but it's just I think they handled this movie poorly. Got the locust subplot out.
I know.
Instead of locusts, here's a funny thought: just use fucking dinosaurs.
Oh my god! What? That makes too much sense. Cut it out.
Yeah.
Compies are breeding out of control. Compies are breeding out of control. They're hurting little kids. They're eating our livestock. There you go.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to keep going, but I don't want to be the person be like, you literally just complain the whole time. It's like, I didn't hate this movie. I didn't leave the movie going, well, that fucking sucked. I just was disappointed because I expected a different outcome, especially the way that Fallen Kingdom ended and what they were trying to set up. And it was like, they didn't know where they set it up, but they didn't know where the fuck they were going. So they just came out with some other bullshit. And like, to be honest, I like the world characters. I like Owen. I like Claire, and I kind of wish the girl and the guy from Fallen Kingdom were the ones that were in the beginning, but they just disappeared.
Yeah.
Like, I would have loved to see them come back. Where the fuck is Jake Johnson, the guy who were in the control room in Jurassic World? I want him back.
Yeah.
Where the fuck was he? Yeah.
Yes.
It was cool they brought back Barry. He was a good character. I liked DeWanda Wise's character. And of course the legacy characters are great, even though they were put in a really stupid plot. Like, you gotta see why these locusts are so big and what they're gonna do, how we're gonna stop. I'm like, this is dumb. Alan Grant is just there because he's in love with freaking.
That's literally it.
With
He's
Ellie.
just there because he wants to be with Ellie. That's it.
And where the hell's their son? The one who, like, the dinosaur guy. I wanted him grown up and like part of the adventure. All right.
Yeah.
At least they made mention of it. Like, they're in college.
They talk about Mark. How about Mark? Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
No, not Mark. He works for the government. What's gonna happen if he needs to save you?
Yes.
Wow, we
There's
said
my
the
Jurassic
Marines
Park
and
3
the air.
callbacks.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Was it? What is it? We said the Marines and the. Fuck, I don't remember.
Yeah, where's Billy at? I want Billy back.
I want to see Billy.
I would have loved to see him back.
There was
I would love to see Vince, like, just bring them everyone back. This movie, just load them up with just cameos. Just fucking Vince Vaughn's character comes back. You
Yes,
got
dude.
Julianne Moore coming back as Sarah Harding, and then it's just them yelling, Sarah Harding.
I would. Oh my gosh! If they would have just started yelling them by like full names, I would have been.
Oh,
That would have been like,
Lord.
thank you. So here's something. Because we talked about this in another movie recently, and I can't think of what it is off the top of my head. This movie goes the wrong way for nods to previous entries in the series. I think everything in it is they're just stuffing nostalgia in it, just to like, hey guys, remember this, like the can we talked about, remember this, and it's not like some movies that do like, oh dude, that's a cool callback, that's a cool reference. It's just shoving it down your throat. My guys, come on.
They only reference the first movie. They don't ever. There's never anything to mention. Oh, hey, did you know a T-Rex ran through San Diego at one point? Hey, do you know that there was hey Ellie, you remember that time where a giant Spinosaurus was chasing me and I had to deliver eggs to raptors? Like, there is no mention of these things. It's just references to the first park in the first movie. That's what I said.
When they were that big group was in between the Giganotosaurus and the T-Rex, like I wish Alan Grant made a reference to Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah.
Like, just give us that one thing, because that's what that scene is, a fucking shot for shot, that little bit there.
I had a dream where a raptor said my name. It was weird.
Dude, I wish that he was looking like, even if there was a scene where he was looking at a raptor and somebody says, Alan, and he gets kind of freaked out, but there was somebody yelling his name over here.
It's a normal person.
That would be great. Dude, that would have been fantastic. But no, like, just go into the meme, dude. Like,
yeah.
Somebody yelled and somebody said, don't do that. It's a really bad idea. Or somebody calls something tricycloplots. I mean, whatever.
What's a bad idea? Listen.
Oh,
the fact,
I'll tell you later.
I mean, listen, overall, this movie was just disappointing. I didn't hate it. I felt better about leaving this movie than I did with Fallen Kingdom initially. Now, I'm going to watch this movie again. Maybe there's something that I'm going to enjoy more watching it again. It's definitely one of those type of movies that's, you pop some popcorn, sit and just, you don't want to watch anything where you have to really pay attention. You just something dumb to throw on the screen. And that's what the Jurassic World movies are. Where Jurassic Park and like the Lost World for me are very like, even though I've seen them 1,000 times, I still am so just entranced in them because they're so good. Yep. As much as people hate on the Lost World, it's it's a great sequel, in my opinion.
Dude.
But these world movies are just, they're dumb.
They're just shovelware, dude.
But like, especially Jurassic World. Jurassic World I could watch a lot because I think it's the best of the three. It's a very entertaining, I think it's an interesting concept. Unfortunately, some things weren't executed great, and it just kind of went downhill from there. The cover of this fucking movie's cool. I love the logo for it. The cool Ember Jurassic logo, which then they had to add everybody's fucking faces on them. Like, no, stop it. You do realize you just put the Jurassic Park logo on there and people are going to go see the stupid movie. All right.
Did you see the tweets by Colin Trevorrow after this?
Oh my God.
He's like, I can't wait to see how somebody picks up and does the series next. It just feels like he wanted to offload the series.
Oh, he definitely was just like, I'm done. I'm over this. I need to go do Star Wars now. And everybody's like, please don't go to do Star Wars now.
Just go away. Like, no offense to the guy. He could do good stuff. I just not thrilled with how this
I'm not going to bash him. I don't want to like continue to be negative towards this movie. It's just, I was very disappointed. This is the end of this saga. And as much as the second of the Fallen Kingdom, it disappointed me. I was expecting so much more from this because I felt like they set this up to be so cool.
Yep.
And it just wasn't. I was just let down. There was not enough dinosaurs. The main baddie dinosaur, which I can't even call it that because it doesn't do anything, is just there to be the biggest dinosaur ever to walk. I don't give a fuck, dude. Just put the Spinosaurus back in there. Where's the love for her, man?
Yeah, give us some more Spino. Oh, and by the way, I want to point out one other scene when they decided to catch all the locusts on fire. and somehow they get out to the top. It just doesn't.
And they survive for a long time being on
Yeah,
fire?
Yeah, and did you notice how wet that forest is? That forest would not have caught on fire. Like that was a very saturated forest. That fucker just went up. But yeah, I agree. I'll wait till our closing statements. I have things to say. So that's all I got.
No, I mean I'm just gonna keep repeating myself over and over again.
Yep, same.
It was just a letdown of a finale, and you know, as much as I'm happy to see that people are enjoying this, because like you said before, this trilogy is people's Jurassic trilogy. Like that is what they grew up on. Like my son, like I said, I took my son to see all 3 of these movies. He really likes them, and I'm really happy when I ask him what his favorite one is. And he keeps telling me Jurassic Park. Makes me happy every time. But this is the franchise he got to see. His first movie pretty much that he got to see in theaters was Jurassic World. And so this is his trilogy. And I think we just have a lot more of an expectation with the movies, especially from what we got with the first trilogy. As much as 3 is not very good, to me, 1 is perfection and 2 is a good sequel. Even a great sequel, at least to me. It's just the way that there's like, this is the end, and they just end it kind of lackluster.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of the ending of The Lost World, the way that it all is like dinosaurs just roaming the earth. Who gives a shit now? All right, see you later, guys.
Well, yeah, that's like I said, it was the biggest plot point, like the biggest hanging in. Like, dude, it's like if Endgame, the beginning of Endgame, they kill Thanos. Like within like oh, they kill Thanos, and then like to bring everybody back had nothing to do with any of that. It was just something else. They're like, okay, nobody's coming back. It's fine. Yeah, like he snapped him out. Well, no way we'll get him to do anything. But so the rest of this movie's just gonna be like them tackling unicorn aliens on another planet. Like I don't know. Like that's what it felt like. It's like, okay, here's some grasshoppers.
Unicorn aliens. Love it. All right, I don't got anything else to say. I think I've said enough. I keep repeating myself. So and. Give me your ending comments or thoughts on this movie.
I have nothing more than what I've already said. Just go watch it.
I think something we could say of this is over this past Saturday, we had a big Jurassic Park day at the local theater. I got my cool Jurassic Park name badge. I'll send you a picture of it. It's really cool. It's like a proper, like,
I saw
park ranger.
You posted it on Twitter, so that was cool.
Yeah, they gave it to me, and I did do a little dinosaur dig with little fossils and stuff. And I think the best part about this movie is, regardless of what we say about this, like when I was giving away plastic 2-cent dinosaur figures, kids were digging out of sand. It makes people happy, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So I got to sit, like, I see people come ask me, "What'd you think of the movie?" Some parents be like, "Oh, it was fine, it was okay," and some people are like, "Oh, it was great, I loved it," and the kids are like, "Oh yeah, great dinosaurs, blah blah," and like then they'd come dig out little 2-cent dinosaurs, like, "Hey, you can keep a couple of those for yourself," and the parents would be happy, and the kids would be happy. And the bottom line of all this is regardless what we think, I still think it's an okay movie, and it makes people happy at the end of the day. That being said, when movies like this come out, like the quality of this movie, I've heard a lot of people giving calls for, hey, you should appreciate Jurassic Park 2 more. You should appreciate Jurassic Park 3 more. I've seen a lot of that shit on the internet. So, and you should go because of that, because this is the ending of this trilogy. You should go watch our video on the ending of the last trilogy and maybe give Jurassic Park 3 a little bit extra love. So, tie it all together.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, like you were saying, like, I turn to my son. I turn to my son every time we go see a movie, and I ask him, did you like it? And he's at an age where it's like either, yeah. He's like, no, I liked it, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm glad.
Good.
Like, I'm not gonna be disappointed. He's 10 years old. I'm not gonna be disappointed if he liked a movie, that I maybe didn't like as much. And there's movies that I dislike a lot that he likes or other people like. It's just how this all works. We all have opinions. Angela liked the movie. We weren't on the same page, but that's the whole point. We're not going to be like, you're wrong because you liked it.
Even though you already said somebody was wrong.
No. I said,
I'm just kidding.
I said the person's wrong if they think Jurassic Park is better than or worse than these, because they are wrong.
That's what I was explaining to Victor because he went and seen it, and he's like, "Oh, I really like the movie." And I started explaining some things I didn't like. He's like, "I was like, don't change your opinion though, because I don't
Right.
like it. If you like the movie and stand up for your opinion."
Right. I mean,
that's for all you guys too.
Yeah,
all
I've
viewers.
been seeing a lot of people talk about how it's like one of the worst movies ever, or like it's, it's just a lot of negativity. And I know, like, I sounded negative, and I was just pointing out the things that disappointed me about this movie because there was things that they could have done to make it better, and I feel like it just fell flat. And I mean, but to be honest, if you tell me, hey, what would you rather watch, Jurassic World Dominion or Star Wars Rise of Skywalker? I'm picking Jurassic World Dominion every time because Rise of Skywalker is fucking dumb as fuck.
Well, remember this also, with Jurassic World probably going to be a while before we get another one. I don't know the next time we're going to get a high quality, like, visual effects and budget movie with dinosaurs in it. And like, as a dinosaur fan, I love these movies whenever a dinosaur movie comes out. Even if they're shit, I like to go watch them because it's about something I enjoy. So
might be sooner.
Keep that in mind
with how much money these movies make.
Yeah, I hope they wait a few years.
It's going to be Jurassic Universe.
Dude, this is going to just keep away from, just do your own thing.
Yes,
do
please.
Your own thing.
Get away from
Don't
this.
Don't be like Star
saga.
Wars. Do your own thing.
Come up with a different story.
Please.
The new season though of Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous is coming out, season 5. So check it out if you want more Jurassic, because it's actually a generally enjoyable show. If you're a Jurassic fan, I think they've done pretty well for a show that's really meant for kids, but I've been watching it and I think it's good, especially being part of this universe. But that comes out, I believe, in a couple weeks. So check that out. Season 5 of Camp Cretaceous on Netflix. But if we got nothing else to say, let's end it. This has been a pretty long episode, so let's get the hell out of here. Appreciate everybody. Make sure to go check out Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Geez, don't see that one. Make sure to form your... My final thought is make sure to form your own opinion on something. If we say we don't like something and you don't know how to feel, make sure to go watch the movie yourself. Create your own opinion. That's what the whole point of this is. This is just us expressing what we thought of the movie, and we never want to deter you from going to see a movie or, coming up with your own opinion. All right? So before everyone gets mad about how negative we might have been towards this movie, it's just our opinion. All right? And I'm a very emotional person, especially in a franchise like Jurassic, which I've been around since I was 3 years old. All right? It's a very important franchise to me. So I'm going to be more emotional towards it. But until next time, next time we do Fresh Cuts, we're going to be talking about Lightyear, the new Pixar movie that's finally going to be in theaters. Our first Pixar movie in theaters since before the pandemic, I feel.
They'll change it before next week.
Probably.
Sure.
But we're going to be coming back for Lightyear. For our next Fresh Cuts. We've been talking for a while. We just recorded a podcast. Now we're doing this. So I've been talking a while. I need to stop. And then make sure to check out our newest podcast episode, which comes out this week. We're talking about the 1982 John Carpenter's The Thing. Very excited about that. So until next time, I am Brett Parker. That is Dan and Angela of DNA Gaming. We are Dissect That Film. And this has been Dissect That Film's Fresh Cut. We'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.
Deuces.
Bye.